command officer and a bunch of mortals and a bunch of zombies with him, and thinks now that bunch is handled.
And
Because
this
they're
is
in the
going to be
underworld, right?
This is going to be much more interesting than what we're going to talk about today. Hey, everybody, welcome to the Gospel of Comics.
Oh,
How
yeah.
are we doing?
Oh, look at that, we're live.
Oh my god.
We are. Ayrton is coming to us from deep inside the center of the earth, but unfortunately, unlike Doomcock, he doesn't have noise-suppressing microphones.
I was gonna say, is he hanging out with Doomcock? Are they eating chicken?
I mean, I would say so.
Is that better?
No.
No. Shit.
I think it's like a fan noise.
There's no fans going right now.
Is that better?
That's
yes.
much better.
Yes.
So, where have you been?
Working. Like
labor.
I mean, you're near the big events that's happening.
I'm near big events that are happening.
You're near the big event that's happening.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah, that's like an hour and a half away. 2 hours away. Yeah, totally forgot about that, to be honest. I spent most of the day out in the sun working on my new motorcycle. So
nice. What kind of motorcycle?
1985 BMW R65 that I'm turning into a like cafe racer scrambler build. It's looking good.
Nice. So, we don't have a lot of, hard breakdown. Here's a whole bunch of stuff because there's not a lot of good stuff that's been coming out lately.
I found a movie we need to watch, and like I said, I was outside all day, so I totally forgot about it. But
I mean, normally I would frown at the idea that you found a movie for us to watch, but since you are a professor of Kentucky Fried Chicken, I'm open to you for the moment. What do you got?
It's called Kaiju Glam Metal Shark Attack.
Okay, that hurts me on many levels.
I'm just gonna let that title just kind of mull over in your brain for a minute.
It does. I mean, I hate it. I hate everything in it, but I also want to know more.
Well, it's a movie from 20.
Is it by the Asylum?
Looks like it's a small indie movie.
Yeah, it came out last year, I think.
And it's got a 5 Rotten Tomatoes ranking. Or no, for IMDb, it's got like a 5.
Oddly enough, I've never understood the Tato-meter system. Is more tomatoes good or is more tomatoes bad?
More tomatoes good.
Okay.
Tomatoes fresh.
So it's 5 fresh, despite being probably a trash movie.
Well, no, this is on IMDb actually, so it's 5 out of 10.
Okay.
Right in the middle. Read him the synopsis real quick, if you would, please, Larry.
All right. An accident from space has resulted in the creation of a kaiju shark man. A pair of glam rock loving music fans worry that their favorite band's concert will be canceled. Will the world be destroyed? Will the glam metal concert go on?
And there you go.
Let me just take a look at the director. So the director has several things he does. He's apparently done a lot of shark-themed things.
Which, as everyone is very well aware, I love terrible shark movies.
He's done a movie called Galaxy Warriors. It looks like a women in prison thing. I think that might have actually been on Red Letter Media.
What was it again?
So the director's done a whole lot of shark-themed movies, but he's done something that was featured on Red Letter Media.
God damn it!
Uh-oh.
Oh shit. Anyway, yeah. One of my buddies last week was like, I found a movie for you and showed me that. I was like, all right, I'm in. I just saw the poster and the title, and Church is saying, "Let him in."
Give me a second. All right. Welcome, Church. How are you doing, sir?
Did somebody say jump the shark?
I mean, Ayrton did bring a shark that we could jump.
My StreamYard's just spazzing out hard, guys. So
Hell
here I
yeah.
am.
I mean, good.
And we got a church.
We do. We got the whole gang here.
Well, I came when I saw you left. Now I got to go again.
So we're gonna.
You have to go
start
like
talk- we're gonna talk about one of cocaine's favorite creators, Stephen King.
Wait, cocaine.
Yes.
Who's got some?
Well, Stephen
I
King
can
used to have
I
all.
can get you some.
Well,
You
Stephen
should do
King
that.
Stephen King used to have all the cocaine back in the 70s and 80s.
Isn't
So
he
that was
like
what I was referencing.
80% cocaine at this point?
I mean, he's had a lot of cocaine-based nutrients in his biology. So,
No,
Stephen King has
smoked a lot of crack.
cocaine.
He was banging. No, he was banging 8-gram rocks.
yeah, you
Except the
you
Tiger
actually missed out. We did a review of the Charlie Sheen documentary when you guys weren't here.
Oh, nice. I listened to his Rogan episode this past week because that's what I do on my way to and from work. Because I just put podcasts on my ear. That was actually very good.
But in the documentary, we had Sean Penn break down that cocaine makes men sexually depraved and have sexually depraved desires, but makes their penis not work.
Right. It's
And
like
he
the
says-
funniest joke in the world.
And he says, but what if your penis did work when you're on cocaine? Charlie Sheen is the only human being he knows who knows the answer to that question because it does.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I also know the answer to this question.
Really, you also have some tiger blood in you.
I mean, I didn't want it to work as well as it did.
I mean, you
That's
see,
why
I
it
just
has
wanted to
to
keep
quit.
drinking. I just wanted to keep drinking, but you know,
So you basically did alchemy to make it work.
no, I just
I mean, yeah.
wasn't. I didn't realize that was a thing.
I mean, yeah, alchemy is totally a thing.
No. Okay. There's a very good chance that there's some ADD running around, so that might have had something to do with it.
Could you imagine being a German soldier during World War II and they give you amphetamines and all of a sudden you're really focused and like, what the hell am I doing here?
No. They didn't just give you amphetamines. They also gave you cocaine.
Well, I'm just saying. It's a wild thing to think about.
But yeah, so Stephen King's got a movie out. It's one of his Richard Bachman books. It's
Larry,
called-
you know cocaine is an amphetamine, right?
Right. No, but I'm saying they gave German soldiers meth and cocaine. They got both.
I will say, I got some vintage German chocolate from an estate sale once, and let me tell you, stuff is good.
But yeah, so Stephen King had a movie called The Long Walk. So it's a Richard Bachman movie, and the movie is America's had a bad time, and there's a military dictatorship that runs the country, and
Ooh,
Once a
how
year.
original. So daring.
once a year, a bunch of people do a long walk in commemoration of a long walk that was necessary to bring the country back together militarily, and people die along the road because if you stop walking, you get shot. Slow down too much, you get shot. If you try to leave the road, you get shot, etc. And at the end of the road, you get a fantastic cash prize and one wish. So,
What?
yeah,
One wish?
one wish. Anything that the government can give you, it'll give you.
I mean, to be fair, when he wrote it, it was not an overplayed setup.
So our bad guy in this movie is the actor formerly respected for being Luke Skywalker, Mark Hamill. And he plays some bullshit major who runs the long walk every year.
Can anyone take him seriously as a military major?
No,
Okay.
because he's being incredibly lazy in this movie.
Yeah.
Everybody, for the most part, is incredibly lazy, except for the main group of 5 actors, who are the last 5 to make it on the race. And they have this cool little plot thread where there's a black guy who's trying to convince the white guy, hey, listen, you shouldn't murder the major who runs this race because revenge is wrong. You should, change the world with love. Then that guy dies, and then the black guy murders him.
Bugs Bunny should
Murders the
taught me
major.
that revenge should be swift and clever.
Yes, that is not what this movie is. So first of all, the original book for The Running Man, which is going to soon be an actual movie, is one guy running cross country, and he has a time on the clock, and if he makes it without being killed by everybody, he gets a cash prize. But you see, the difference between these two movies
Wait,
is
I didn't know Russell Westbrook had a documentary coming out.
But the difference is, this is a bunch of people walking on a road guarded by a military platoon versus, a guy who has to fight every motherfucker in a city because they all want to get money out of it. In the book, the Arnold movie was even smarter than the Stephen King book because this movie was so bad it made me wonder if Stephen King was actually a overrated hack who didn't know how shit worked. And this was one of his early books when he hadn't fully blossomed into his cocaine. It wasn't very
He
good.
was still finding the cocaine.
He was. So the problem I have with this movie is a bunch of people probably greenlit this movie, saying, "Yeah, Trump. We'll show Trump by telling people this is what's going to happen if you elect Trump." And then this movie got put on the shelf and then got dumped because they're trying to dump it and save the money, and hoping that maybe people will remember that there's a possibly good Stephen King movie coming out later this year. But I also watched a shitty Stephen King-based TV show called The Institute. You remember The Dead Zone? The movie with Christopher Walken that was very good?
No.
You don't? You don't remember that one? That was actually a very good movie.
I would try, but I was too busy carrying a clock in my ass.
Very good, very good. But in that movie, Christopher Walken.
How much cowbell did you have in this clock?
God damn it, Rune.
I have a fever, and the cure is more cowbell.
Oh,
So-
yeah, not less, but more.
So my grandma was just going through a bunch of my late grandpa's stuff finally after like 5 years, and she sent me one of his pocket watches, and now I'm just thinking, will that fit in my ass in case I need to escape the country?
But
It is very small for a pocket watch, but
let me just get this over with here, please.
Oh.
So
Sorry.
in the Dead Zone, Christopher Walken's character had a car accident. He developed psychic abilities. He could see the future. And he learned that Martin Sheen was going to become an evil president, which makes The West Wing much more hilarious. And Martin Sheen in that movie doesn't get elected president because this guy tries to assassinate him, and Martin Sheen uses a kid to shield himself, and the voters don't care for that. So the Institute is, what if the government found out about this and said, what if we can make people have psychic powers to see the future? And what if we weaponize that to protect the world? So the whole movie is about it's a parallel plot story. It's about a kid who goes into the titular institute because they're trying to give him psychic powers. And there's a former cop who's trying to redeem himself, who eventually uncovers the mystery. And then there's the conspiracy who wants to just keep turning kids into psychic weapons. And like the government's like taking over people's bodies so that they can murder people in perfect and undetectable ways to alter the fate of humanity. So why is it that Stephen King is getting so
How
many
did they
shitty
figure out they could do this by staring at goats? Is what I want to know.
Well, you see, here's the funny part. They didn't figure it out in the Stephen King universe by staring at goats. They figured it out because Christopher Walken got, clairvoyance by getting a car accident.
We're gonna make everyone a crash test dummy and see what that does.
Well, they actually figured out a way to do it by administering drugs to people, which really goes back to Stephen King's inspiration with cocaine. So yeah, that's a little dip into the toe pool of Stephen King, who became important recently because Jimmy Kimmel had a little oopsie doopsie.
Well,
So-
no, that's not actually what made Stephen King matter. What made Stephen King matter is he said something dumb about Charlie Kirk, because talking about the dead less than a week after they die is always a good idea.
Well, yeah, but Stephen King also said it adjacent to Jimmy Kimmel also being a moron.
Well, no. Here's the thing, because I think this is actually very important that is getting overlooked, right? So Charlie Kirk was assassinated. That is horrible. It is awful. And I said in some conversation at some point, they are going to find something to distract people from this bit of political discussion because they don't want people being upset about Charlie Kirk. And here we are, like a week or a week and a half later, and
2
now
weeks.
instead of talking about Charlie Kirk was assassinated, we're talking about Jimmy Kimmel said stupid shit on TV on a show
Yeah.
nobody fucking watches.
Well,
But here's the thing: the fact that they tie together, they've tried to distract people like 8 times, and it hasn't really worked. So
And
Right.
Charlie Kirk's memorial service was a giant revival
Also-
to get people to believe in Jesus.
Also,
people were talking about that in terms of JFK and MLK.
I
like
want to point
their
out
funerals.
they just use that as an excuse because we get more viewers than Jimmy Kimmel does.
I've been ruminating on this since it happened because, like most everyone here, I probably think less of Jimmy Kimmel than I do the ants I step on every day.
I think less of
But,
Jimmy Kimmel than I think of Stephen King.
But the thing is, the FCC commissioner was on a podcast or a show or something,
Well, hold up.
and he said, "Hold on, no, let me."
We got to get the timeline nailed down correctly. That was not the
Okay.
inciting incident. So
No,
Jimmy
no.
Kimmel-
But let me finish what I was saying though. It all ties together. I got this.
Okay.
So the FCC commissioner, who has no fucking business spouting his opinion in public because he's a government entity, and anything he does to censor speech would go against the First Amendment of the Constitution, said some pretty stupid shit about 6 hours before the decision was made to pull syndication of Jimmy Kimmel,
Actually,
leading
no,
a
he
lot of people.
Actually,
Yeah.
no. Actually, no, he didn't.
Uh,
The decision actually came in almost.
The decision
instantaneously
the decision became public 6 hours after these comments. Let's
Right,
put it
right.
that way.
I do want to.
Okay.
I need to interrupt you guys real quick. We have file 13 in the chat says doesn't even matter what you guys are talking about. This is one of the best channel names in a long time.
Oh, very good.
Names file subbed.
Yes,
Hell yeah.
Thank you.
yes, indeed. But
Yeah.
anyway, so a lot of people took that to mean that this was a First Amendment issue, when in actuality, Jimmy Kimmel was pulled because 2 of the largest broadcast syndication companies in the world decided to use their at-will contracts to say we're not syndicating this until he apologizes. And then ABC then used this as an excuse to pull Kimmel because his show was pulling about 129,000 concurrent viewers.
And half of those were just people that fell asleep with the TV still on when
Right.
his show started.
Well, it's old ladies that watch the same shit every night, basically. But yeah. So the fact is, his peak this year was less than 250,000.
I mean,
And
get it right,
for-
Aaron. It's grandmas that fall asleep watching the same thing every night, and people that are on hard mode masturbation challenges.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Oh, that's a tough one.
yeah. But no, the thing is, like, if this would have been an actual freedom of speech issue, I'm very Voltaire on that. Like, I don't give a shit what anybody says. The government needs to stay the fuck out.
I'm
So-
very Voltaire in the sense of once a philosopher, twice a pervert.
So,
So
When you're evil,
let's
Different Voltaire.
I know,
yeah,
but it was good.
Let's back this crazy train up for a moment. So we're gonna have a conversation. So first of all,
Rails on the crazy,
on the crazy train. So what most people don't know is there was a Supreme Court case involving social media companies and how the government basically leaned on them to censor people's free speech. And
During what administration was that, Larry?
Trump and Biden, they were doing it during
Mhm.
both. They were
Yeah.
doing it during both. And the Supreme Court said, no, that's totally cool, bro. That's totally consistent with the government's mandate under the First Amendment.
The Supreme Court's not always hit the nail on the head.
Because the issue is the government wasn't technically saying Jimmy Kimmel can't say this retarded thing. Even if that was what the guy was doing, that wasn't what the guy was doing. Jimmy Kimmel
I
can't
think-
say that. Well, just bear with me here, Church. Just bear with me.
No, I am.
What they were saying is you have an obligation under your license to uphold the community standards of your broadcast community. And you should totally do what's there. Now, that is legally not the government saying you should punish this retard. You should take him out to the retard beating shack and beat him.
I'm sorry. I am tickled at the mental image of the Supreme Court going, look, we're not telling you punish that retard, but pick that retard out and punish him.
Yeah, but that's the
Are
thing.
you sure they didn't say don't punish that retard? Have retards punish him?
Let me
'Cause
know.
now I'm just
No.
now I'm just picturing like a bunch of people named like Spud and Maleficent just
It
throwing
really gives
tomatoes at
cripple
Jimmy-
fight a whole new meaning.
Yeah, just
It does.
throwing
It does.
tomatoes at Jimmy Kimmel.
So
But
our government does a lot of things that would horrify people if they paid attention to what the government does.
yes,
Now, there are several layers to this parfait. And I'm going to start with the number one layer, the very basic layer. Jimmy Kimmel's show was going to be canceled in 2024. That was not 2024, excuse me, in 2026, I think his contract runs out. That wasn't subject to debate. He was getting canceled. So here's the real question. If you're Jimmy Kimmel, do you get canceled for being retarded, but say, I was standing up to Trump, or do you get canceled for just being bad at your job? Well, one of those two things will improve your reputation among your peers and make it more likely you're going to get money.
well, not only that, quick interjection here. Not only that, but it also gives the network, if you go out on that kind of bang, it gives the network the ability to blur the lines and release a statement saying they feared retaliation from the Trump administration, where if there
Yes.
would have been actual retaliation or
Yeah.
any kind of coercion, it would have been front page news immediately.
Yes. Yeah. So it's a win-win-win scenario. Now, the really deep conspiratorial
He probably got a
thinking-
very nice parachute for taking that one for the team.
but there has been, trade paper stories, and the newspaper trades say shit that isn't real. And they set Jimmy Kimmel down. And they said, "Okay, bro, listen. We need you to do an apology. And he's going to say, oh, yeah, I'm going to apologize that right-wing actors confused people as to what I said. And Disney was like, no, we're going to suspend your show because you're not in the right headspace to actually apologize for what you offended people with.
Well, he didn't, and the thing is, most people agree what he said wasn't egregious in the sense of some of the other things we've seen, but what he said was factually inaccurate.
Well,
Well,
He
Let's-
made a point. He said something along the lines of Charlie Kirk. His death is affecting Donald Trump really hard. Look
No,
at him. It showed
no,
a clip of
no, no,
Trump
no, no,
doing
no,
the
no,
whole
no, no.
ballroom thing.
No. That was not what was the problem. That is what Jimmy Kimmel wants people to believe what the problem was. The
Okay.
problem was he said the transgender adjacent shooter.
Oh no, I was getting to that. He was saying that he was a MAGA Pete.
Right. That was the thing that.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna talk about how jokes work because this is a show that's funny sometimes, right?
well,
And not
No.
just
before we
funny
get
looking.
into,
I'm
we get into-
hilarious.
before we get into jokes, though, I wanna bring this back around to something else. Because oddly enough, that is the same reason that the whole Stephen King thing is pertinent. Not because Stephen King actually matters, but after he ran his mouth and said something very unpleasant about Charlie Kirk being dead, right? He then turned around and
retracted.
said, well,
He did that because
retracted
his
it,
publisher made him.
But then when people bitched at him about it for having said it, he's like, "I apologized," as though that somehow absolved him.
Well,
It's like,
here's the thing.
Sorry, you can't be mad.
And I didn't get a chance to say this last week. One thing that did absolutely piss me off coming from everybody's side is the immediate need to finger point. I understand we live in that era where things come at you excruciatingly fast, but our people were saying it's the other guy was saying it's our people. Who gives a fuck at that moment? Find them and string them up.
Right.
We'll figure, kill them all, let God sort it out. So, I mean, that's one of the more disgusting things that I did see is everybody was more interested.
Wait.
Not everybody, but the majority of people were very interested in placing blame on the situation when it didn't really matter because it could have been a far right extremist who thought Kirk was too moderate. It was a very good possibility that some fucking messed up groiper could have fucking got it.
So
he was just as much in danger from those people.
For one as an audience, and I have to ask because I'm paying attention to our audience, Heather, where do you live that they sell dog shit tacos? That is awful.
I'm pretty sure Ayrton
no
made
one
them.
should eat tacos made of dog shit.
Well, yeah, they're actual legitimate Mexican tacos suck. But I also want to point out she's sitting 6 inches away from me on the couch and typing in the chat.
Yes,
she is.
I knew who it was. Rude's the only one that did. But the point is, like,
I'm gonna. Oh my god!
I don't think your average
Church, we're selling out. This is amazing.
Okay, good. But I don't. Okay, I don't think that it was any less likely that it could have been either side that it occurred on. But the fact is, like, in the first 48 hours, more people were interested in going, that they did it, he did it. And nobody was completely right at that time. If everybody would have just shut the fuck up, it took, 2 days to catch this dude?
Yep.
So, and I mean, there's the whole rabbit hole you can go down that he's a plant or whatever. I've got a friend in real life who is just absolutely convinced this was not a Lee Harvey Oswald, a Timothy McVeigh situation where it was like a sleeper cell of CIA trained assassins that groomed this young boy into doing what he did. And that very could be the case. I don't know, nor do I care.
So
I was under the impression that you preferred Ayrton's Caucasian bacon, but that's not what I was gonna actually get a comment on. I was gonna say we're selling out, church, because I have never had one. I want to have one. We need to get the word out. Danny Trejo, I will probably never get to one of your locations. Please send me a Trejo's taco. I want to try one.
Yes, very good.
I prefer buying in to selling out.
I prefer buying in to selling out.
Okay.
So
So that was not
I
me
do-
selling out.
I'm
that's me
I'm with
buying in.
Larry's people on this one. I like to buy in.
Okay.
so I want to kind of pivot to another interesting angle.
Hold on, I wasn't done talking about how legitimate Mexican tacos like suck compared to like
Oh,
Taco
you,
Bell.
you just haven't had good ones. You're not in the real South yet.
Well,
Like
well,
you're
hold
you're
on.
over there.
Don't point and go. You agree? You're the one that took me to the Mexican place to get real tacos, and
You just didn't go to a good Mexican place. That's all it is. I've had amazing, authentic Mexican tacos. They're about the size of my hand, like open, and then you have to fold them in half, and it's 2 bites of taco, and they have beef tongue on them, and you spritz them with lime, and they're amazing.
I mean,
I
maybe
mean,
if
the
we
best
found a place
burrito I've
that
ever
had
had
beef
came
tongue.
from a truck.
Oh yeah, and these cost $1 on Tuesday.
Yeah, I'm just saying
But-
the place. We're like an hour and 45 minutes from the border.
Yeah, that's where all the shit food goes. Like they're fucking with y'all. Down here, they're actually making the
and-
shit like they make it.
I'm just saying Taco
But-
Bell's better.
But
Y'all, y'all motherfuckers lied to me for years. Like, nah, real Mexican
right,
food's better
we're
than
gonna-
Americanized Mexican food. No,
We're-
Americanized
I'm gonna need
Mexican
to-
food's better.
I'm gonna need the spell checker to ready the trebuchet. Ayrton needs to be launched over the wall.
but I want to kind of segue to the fact that the whole weird incident about Charlie Kirk, Mr. Medicurse talking about, he's believing in God and he's going to church and he's
That affected a lot more people than anybody realizes.
yeah. And what I was joking around with Matt Klotz about that would be hilarious is what if like a Catholic saint does a miracle and cures Mr. Medicurse cancer AIDS? Could you imagine Ethan Ralph?
Bro, that would be the. I would go to a Catholic church.
I wished
next
Ethan
week
Ralph a
if
happy
that
birthday
happened.
yesterday. Ethan Ralph turned 40 yesterday.
I'm surprised.
Yep.
I'm surprised he
I,
made it
uh,
that long.
Yep. I wished him a happy birthday because they need a little kindness in their life.
Yeah. I mean,
But,
a great way to get kindness in your life is to have children and be a part of their lives. Oh, wait.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
so church, have you read anything or done anything other than lifting some weights?
Let's see. I've been reading something.
Mhm.
Not going to get into it yet. I haven't. It's going to be a while till I get it. It's pretty long.
Okay.
So let's talk for another time, I suppose. Really, besides, no, it's been a pretty busy week. Last couple of I am getting into Spawn. I'm gonna read through Spawn again. I feel like I need to know where it falls off for me. The
You wanna
last
know
time I
when
read it,
Spawn falls off?
for me, like the last time I read through it, it fell off for me around Redeemer Spawn arc.
I mean, Redeemer Spawn really feels like that's where everything should have ended.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like after all of the Redeemer arc, it just kind of it started to, I don't know.
Because Spawn beat the devil, he defeated heaven. That's it. You're done.
That's kind of like how I feel about Final Fantasy 14. I made this comment in our group chat for Final Fantasy 14, and after you beat the first expansion, the stakes have to raise just an exorbitant amount and continue to do so in order for there to be any believability to the challenge, because you're the guy in Final Fantasy 14. Every player character is the guy, the deity chosen guy. And then by the end of the first expansion, spoiler alert, Rune, and for anybody that hasn't played this 2-decade almost old game, by the end of the first expansion, you've got dragons on your side. Like the entire race of dragons will come to fight for you if you need them to. So So you've literally just extinguished all of the threats that happened in this planet for the last year or so. And then you went to war with and not tamed, but brought dragons to heel to the point that they will now fight for you.
Mhm.
These aren't like primal dragons that are just like warlike. These are the super old, super intelligent dragons.
So just for
So
shits and giggles, I went on eBay real quick to look up Spawn 300. So far, the most expensive one I'm seeing is like $300, and that's like graded at a 9 with a signature.
okay, what's a base copy going for?
Let me scroll back up. Let's see.
$25.
Yeah, like 30 to
Okay.
40.
Yeah,
45.
you can get a reader for $20 then.
Yeah. Oh shit! No, here's a 9.8 with a signature for 800.
Because it's the only one available at the market. It's not going to
Yeah.
sell for that. It'll go best
No, it's-
offer probably for six.
Probably. Yeah, it's still 6 days left in the auction, and 0 bids.
Yeah.
But,
So-
I was just curious.
Yeah. So you remember when the death of Superman was going to be you guys? Let's talk about comics for a minute. You guys remember when the death of Superman and the poly mylar bag was going to
Yep.
be the end all be all of collector comics?
Well, I mean, collector comics are cancer, Church.
Yes, I know. But do you guys remember that? Because I mean, we were all, except for Ayrton, I think we were all alive and collecting comics.
Yes, but I didn't collect that stuff because that was trash.
I was alive for Death of Superman. I might have been a little too young to be like reading comics, but
Okay.
when did that come out?
Death of Superman was in the 90s or early. No, it wasn't even early 2000s. It was like the late 90s.
Yeah, I was born in 91, Church.
Okay.
It
Look,
came
man,
out. It began in December of '92. Came out in October of It finished in October of '93.
So, yeah. So you would have been a baby. Or, just becoming a toddler.
Well, so since we're talking about eBay, since I still had it pulled up, 1993 Superman number 500, Death of Superman, white poly bag with card inside, $6.99.
Yes, and it has a paper armband for memoriam of Superman.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's funny.
Now you'd have more money if you got that with it.
No, it's in the bag. If the bag's sealed, that's there. They just nobody knows about it because you can only feel the card. Like if the people that had these didn't buy them to read them, most people never opened one. I opened a bunch of them because the card actually does go for a little something in a high grade. Because they were floating around those Mylar bags, they all got fucked up and dinged up. So a grade 10 of those is, I believe it used to be, if it isn't still, something to be sought after.
A grade what?
Grade 10.
Not grade 120.
I kind of want to buy that just because it's funny that it's so
Yeah.
cheap. Yeah, it's all sealed. Yeah, it's all sealed.
Yeah.
Are
I'll
we
add-
talking?
Add that to my cart.
So
I'm showing it's selling for about $10 now, Church.
Yeah, it's worth more than the sealed bag.
So while you guys are talking about this, I wish to share a factoid with you. I am now more masculine than all three of you put together for the next 20 minutes.
Are you sure about that? I was outside working on a motorcycle all day.
So
I picked
while
up
you guys were-
415 pounds.
while you guys were talking, I've been playing Fortnite and trying not to crosstalk and distract from the point you guys are trying to make. I just gotten a Megazord and killed a fuck ton of people in a giant robot
Yes.
while listening to the Power Rangers theme while smashing my way along a Fortnite map in solos.
I don't
I
even
am
know why you're
lost.
here on the show. Like, that's a better time to be had. If I was doing that, I wouldn't have come.
Bro, save some pussy for the rest of us.
That's right. That's right. Don't slip on any. It's slippery when it gets thrown at you like
I
that.
will tell you guys why I am here. Because Scruffy believes in this program.
It's
I
true.
did discover from my daughters when we watched the Trolls World Tour that I'm Growly Pete. That basically my entire existence can be summed up to growly, growly, growly.
I mean,
So
they may not be wrong, Church.
I know, but no, I was just now thinking about the Death of Superman book. It takes me back to why I actually love comic books. And here's the thing: as I'm getting older, and my personality pretty much dictates that I turn everything that I do up to 11. So if it's getting pissed drunk and playing Magic the Gathering, I do both of those things extremely well. If it's doing a lot of drugs and reading a lot of comic books, I'm very into doing those things.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's trying to eat healthy and get in shape and do the strongman thing. So,
And read comic books. You could do that too.
I've been playing video games, Larry. I have video games to play. My Steam library, it's got old stuff in it that I haven't done still, unlike my comic book collection. I'd have to start back at the 40s and 50s again, Larry, to go back to reading
that sounds
Detective
like a good-
Comics when Batman had a gun.
I mean, that sounds like a pretty good thing because now Batman has an axe.
Yeah,
I
but
think
then we'll have
gun
to listen to
Batman-
old radio shows again because that's what turning that era of reading comics turns into.
That was so much fun. I miss our old time radio streams.
What if we did a retro stream where we did old time radio?
What do you
Dude,
mean?
We'd have to figure
Like
out what
lay out this format.
Well, we go back to the old format where you guys did old time radio.
we'd have to figure out what episode of the Shadow we left off on. But
I mean, it's pretty much categorized, but we could do that. I know we were still in the blue coal era. We stayed in the blue coal era for a long time.
We were in the blue coal era for a very long time. Highest quality andesite.
Yes.
You know,
Heat your home and your car with it.
you know what? I will combine the tisms together, and I will throw this out there. We ran World of Darkness once, and that was fun. And we were going to go into a Power Rangers game, and that kind of crashed for a various number of reasons. We might have to revisit that at some point. But the general conversation has often been that we needed to do something superhero flavored for this superhero comic book podcast we supposedly talk about comics on. But
yeah, I want to play Croyd Crimson. I want to be the stranger.
Yeah.
Well,
Y'all
the
are
thing is,
just
the
going to make me an
follow-through-
archer again, aren't you?
Here's the thing: the follow-through conversation is always, we got to find a system that does powers well because insert reasons here. No, we don't. Why don't we just play pulp era superheroes? They often were like badass normals who didn't have powers, or they had powers that were more reasonably balanced.
I mean, we could find a copy of Adventure that's fallen off of a truck.
I could get a copy of Adventure off of a truck.
Y'all
Yeah.
are gonna
literally-
make me an archer again, aren't you?
I literally want to play Croyd Crimson, though. We have to figure that out.
Well, the best part about Adventure is it's connected to Aberrant. So we could make Croyd out of an Aberrant character.
Right.
That would probably not be advisable, but we could do that.
It could be done. Yeah.
And within the conceit of Adventure, you can play an Aberrant in the era of Adventure. It'd be weird, but we could get weird.
I mean, is there anything about us that isn't weird? Especially Ayrton's penis.
Well, I mean, at least there's probably an archetype for like a Hawkeye or a Green Arrow for Eric to play, right?
What did I just say? They're gonna make me an archer.
No, we're
No,
not
no, no.
making you anything. You make yourself these things. Don't you fucking lie.
No, we.
I mean,
what
it's supposed to
we
be
do-
a fantasy thing. It should be something I'm not in real life.
Right. Then don't be a lazy ass. Make an original character that's interesting. Don't just make you douche nozzle. This
When was
was
the
your
last time you shot an
complaint
arrow,
after.
Aaron?
No, this was your
Look.
complaint after playing World of Darkness. You're like, I wish I had made something that wasn't just memes. This is your
Well,
chance.
Well, here's. I mean, you just make a guy who got superpowers by making a deal with the Blues Devil.
God damn
Huh.
it, Larry.
What? What?
No. He got bitten by a radio.
And your guitar is the bow.
No.
No. He got bitten by a
Right.
radioactive blues man, and now he's got what would it be, a black infection, or you just 25%?
So reverse vitiligo.
You're right.
Like my skin is slowly turning black.
Is that actually your superhero name?
Reverse vitiligo. That's a
No,
very
up
long
there.
superhero name.
No, just up there in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's vitiligo.
Okay, actually, that could be kind of fun, like a 50s like pop singer, like kind of like a crooner type superhero, who is quote unquote black and turning white because of the disease. That could be funny.
That's awful, and you should feel bad. But I'm not going to stop you.
But
With the power of tap dance, take out the
Is-
bad guys, do some like cool tap dance and
I mean,
fight
did-
things.
I mean, does he in fact have white power? The more white he gets, the more powerful he becomes.
I
Is
mean,
it his white
obviously.
privilege?
Obviously, yeah. Throughout the
Hold
game,
up.
as I get more
Hold up.
white.
Yeah, we have the wrong tracker up right now.
we're going from being back to being something else.
No, we're still back. You leave both of those up.
I mean, technically, this one's qualifying. But
for
I mean-
once,
I mean, World of Darkness does technically have a superhero game that would be easy. We wouldn't have to break these two into too much now. It's not like we would have to learn the Scion system, which is an abortion.
so much opportunity, so bad. This was a conversation Moody and I have had recently because I found out from the Gentleman Gamer in an AMA that they aren't making Chronicles anymore. Not that the license is dead, but just that they don't have permission to make more right now for whatever reason. Some backdoor politics paradox bullshit, who knows. But Onyx Path is putting out its own game called Curseborn, and I just can't bring myself to check it out because every time I look at it and I go, but I have World of Darkness at home.
Yeah.
Wait, I just had an idea. Can I be like a Motown music executive that just takes advantage of young black singers?
I mean, yeah.
No. I
That's a
actually
backstory for an energy vampire.
Well, hold up.
God
Hold
damn
up.
it.
I actually offered you a good option, Aaron. You get superpowers for the Blues Devil.
Oh, I thought were talking about getting bitten by a radioactive blue singer.
No, that was me.
No. My idea was you made a deal with the Blues Devil and you got superpowers.
So like a Hellboy Constantine sort of thing.
But if
More
it's a Blues-
Constantine, less
but,
Hellboy.
but music related.
Yeah.
Wait, wasn't that a Doctor Who episode we roasted recently? Like a
No.
music entity?
There was one, but no, we're not talking about that. We're talking about something that's actually good.
I don't
So,
know. I
like-
can make it equally as dumb. You don't doubt my abilities now.
We
So,
don't.
like-
We do not underestimate your power, sir.
So, like, I mean, you could be a blues man who made a deal with the Blues Devil, and you have like the Nightcrawler / Azazel package of powers. You can teleport around. You can sneak through shadows.
The shadow thing is cool. Teleportation is cool. Do I get to say BAMF every time I teleport?
I
if
mean,
I don't
you're a
get to say-
blues man. You're a blues man. That doesn't seem very bluesy to me.
All right, let me figure out how to make something like that sound on my guitar, and I'll get back to you.
No, it would just be like a jazz horn hitting but that would like fuck up his whole stealth mission. So
I was thinking like the James Bond chord, like the. No, like that ending chord at that.
Right. No, I'm tickled of the mental idea now that you are a superhero, and literally part of your powers is you have a contextually appropriate soundtrack. So you're sneaking through, and it's like dun, 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 and then there are other people in the scene. It's like, what the fuck? Do you hear that shit? What the fuck is that?
And if we do this and you're running it, I might make a superhero that's loosely based off of Audie Murphy. Because Audie Murphy, I found out is even more interesting than I had previously thought.
Human
Audie Murphy
superhero.
Right. But here's the thing. One of the things I recently learned about Audie Murphy is he was a confidential government informant on the mob. Because as part of his being screwed up from fighting the war, he had developed a gambling problem. So he was snitching on people in Hollywood and in the mafia. And there was a whole conspiracy theory that he got killed by the mafia because he snitched. But I frequently reference Audie Murphy, but I didn't realize how so many World War II
are we
movies-
calling obvious shit conspiracy theories now?
What do you mean?
It's a conspiracy theory that he got killed by the mob for snitching, or
No.
the mob killed him for fucking snitching.
Well, no. He also ratted out the government and said, listen, I was fucked up by the war. I can't sleep through the night. I have a gun under my bed. I have to take pills so I can even lay down to go to sleep. So there's the other conspiracy theory that the government killed him for, revealing that war fucks with people's minds.
So we're pretending that the government and the mafia weren't the same thing.
Well, I mean, look, they worked together in a lot of issues because they had a lot of common situations.
We're saying if the government killed him, they didn't hire the mafia to do it, and if the mafia killed him, the mafia didn't do it.
Look,
That's
Church,
what we're
if I
going
was
with.
Look, Church, if I was in the government and I had done this murder, I would have done it a lot better than this.
Well, I mean, also the fact that he did get in a plane with an unqualified pilot who was flying weather he was further not capable for, and on a plane that was not spec'd for that weather.
They stayed at the Holiday Inn Express the night before, though, Larry.
Well, no, this was before Holiday Inn Express existed.
That's how good he was.
Joking aside, this is actually a trick I pulled in a game. I had a character, he robbed a joint, right? The powers that be came to me and was like, Carver, did you rob this joint? You're the professional thief and you're real good at this. And Carver used a set of abilities and a really good dice pool to say, look, sir, if I pulled that amazingly excellent, beautiful piece of work, you never would have known about it. And they were like, we can't disprove what you've said, so it must be true.
So, Joe?
Yeah.
Do you have something to add to the show?
Kinda, actually. On the first level, just a weird question, because people like to say this one, and I usually discount it, but I want the serious opinions of the august gentleman that I waste my time with. Is nature healing? Is the world getting better from
the world
our
didn't have a problem.
recent like 8-year madness?
The world didn't have a problem. People had a problem.
Right. So are people getting better, or have we just learned how to ignore the people that we never should have listened to in the first place?
People are better on average, but
All right,
people who are worse off are
sorry, real
more
quick. I
amazing.
found my teleportation sound effect. Hold on.
Okay.
Okay.
That's not
Yes.
bad.
Yes, I spent the last like 5 minutes trying to figure that chord out.
See, comic fans have tism. It's true.
Anyway.
So here's the thing. Recently, there was a conversation about comics on the BirdNet, and I said I asserted an opinion I had for a long time, and I was reading Moon Knight, and it occurred to me that Moon Knight is kind of shit right now, but he's also getting better as a comic, right? After a really dark moment where I was like, I might quit Moon Knight, right?
I wish I could quit you.
And then that's my brain started going, wait a minute, maybe things are getting better. Because here's the thing, I have long held that, especially in the era following mass company-wide crossover books, tentpole books are almost always bad. Okay, what do I mean by this? The Avengers back in the day was made up of second string and third tier guys who could not support their own book, right? Captain America had his own book, Iron Man had his own book, but there, to the best of my knowledge, has never been a long running and highly successful Quicksilver book.
Well, hold up. Those weren't even the original Avengers.
But you understand what I'm saying. There's no Vision book about the struggles of being Vision. Vision appears in the Avengers.
Right.
Right?
Those are the best Avengers, is when they're a good, strong
When they tried to do the last Vision comic that I remember, it became like slice of life book.
Yep.
Right.
Because of hacks.
But this leads to my argument that basically single character books like Spider-Man or that are too big to mess up. You can mess up Spider-Man, but messing up Spider-Man screws with your bread and butter, so you shouldn't do it.
Mm-hmm. But that's not going to stop Marvel.
Right. But basically second
tier... you have the toy box for at least hold on.
Right.
Washing dishes. You have the toy box to thank for that in the late 90s and early 2000s at least. I mean, they kept Spider-Man alive as long as it did, because in the theory of the toy box with Marvel's big properties, you always had to put the toys back in the box the way you found them.
Yeah.
And so it was really, like to your point, it was really hard to fuck up Spider-Man for any length of time before someone noticed and pulled you off the book before any real damage was done.
Right. But part and parcel with that, your third tier and your second tier kind of single character books like Moon Knight. Moon Knight was never supremely popular. Moon Knight was never a vast company leader, but he had his fans, right? Why? Because it's not the main thrust, because the company more or less doesn't care as long as this book sometimes makes money. The authors and creatives could just do the stories they wanted to do. They could do a small, weird, occult horror Moon Knight run, and it could stand alone and be really good all by itself and didn't have to rep.
What if Moon Knight had multiple personality disorder and each of his personalities was a member of an Avengers team?
Right, which was shit, but the thing is, it was short-run shit. You didn't have to indulge it. You just said, I'm not going to buy this, but I'll buy the next run, which is what happened, right? And that's the thing, is Moon Knight comics were getting kind of bad because they were becoming mixed in with everything else and just as bad as everything else, right?
Yeah, I feel like Moon Knight needs to not interact with the rest of the Marvel universe.
He really shouldn't. But the thing is that's what I mean. The book's getting better again. And I'm wondering, is Marvel finally, behind the scenes, figuring out that they have been screwing the pooch? Because they'd never admit it publicly. They'd never make the push publicly, we're changing gears. But slowly, incrementally, behind the scenes, the growing discontent has finally started to change things. And I'm wondering, are we going to see... from the big two that everyone's been like, they're dead, we don't need them anymore. Are we going to see a return of good comics from the companies that we have been predicting their death for a while?
I don't have any solid foundation on the veracity of this. But
Timothy Olsen, Moon Knight does not go out at night mooning people. That is not a Moon Knight thing.
No, that was me in the late 90s, early 2000s.
You guys good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay. It feels like the big two, somebody on the board has stepped up and said, you guys, we keep the doors open for the licensing. We don't need the doors open for the licensing. We can just move the licenses to the parent corporation and shut the doors. We don't have to keep putting out Superman books. We're putting out Superman movies, and we will continue
Well-
to put out Superman movies for a timeline
Well,
that
hold-
keeps us.
Well, hold up, Church. They could just reprint classic comics and sell them for $1.25 and make way more money.
Yeah.
Do it on newsprint, you make even more.
Make a comics box subscription thing where you get a month worth of randomly selected comics in sequence until you cancel the box, and it's $10 and you get 10, 15 comics. I mean, but in any event, they can keep the licensing and shut the doors, and I think that comic companies are finally hearing this, and they're actually having to sink or swim kind of shit going on,
Well,
because you see.
Well, they-
Well, you
Actually,
see a lot more. You see a lot more attempts at fan service. I won't say course correction, but an attempt at regain something we haven't seen in a while, and a reaction to the populace like wishes. That's it. That's all I was saying. Like
Yeah.
it just feels like somebody's had that conversation
well,
with
first of all,
both.
from a strict dollars and cents standpoint, the parent companies are going to produce comic book related animation, TV shows, movies. They're going to buy spec scripts for that. So the cost of a spec script is the same cost as an 8 to 10 issue comic book run for a major company. So they are actually not losing money by producing quote unquote new comics. And further, new comics advertise the merch that's licensed and push it. So again, they're actually not losing money, but it's all an accounting problem. Their accountants are not using sufficient black magic sorcery, but related to your thought that they're making a little thing, Paul was taken away. Mary Jane's no longer with Paul, and they're setting up an active will they won't they again with Mary Jane and Peter, but I have a real strong feeling that Spider Editorial at least knows that the fans are getting tired of that. Finally, after a couple of decades. So we have a real chance for people to get what they want.
Well, I mean,
Also, the tranny they fired from Red Hood over Charlie Cook. That's another great example because the DC management didn't fire this person. Warner management fired this person. So there may be actual supervision of the comic book management.
well, it's funny because I was about to say that Marvel looks like it's actually digging its way out of the pit, but I don't know about DC because DC is still pushing forward with this absolute line, right? But then I noticed just now on the BirdNet, Valerie Diorzo, probably being bombastic. I don't actually believe her story, but expressing an ongoing feeling that is that I have noticed in the media. Have you guys seen the new cover for Absolute Batman?
Which new
No.
cover? The one with the Joker,
Yeah,
where the Joker's a lizard monster and looks like he's taking a shit.
yeah, that one. It's supposed to be a Joker card, but it looks utterly trash. Let
Hey,
me.
can somebody do me a quick favor?
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm on my phone and in my kitchen and on
Okay.
this show,
Okay.
I don't want to open up a new browser and fuck this whole setup.
Okay.
I need someone to Google something for me and tell me the answer.
Okay.
I need to know the gram conversion for 2 cups of rice, dry.
Okay, cups to grams.
Yes.
But it's dry.
Alright.
It's dry conversion.
Yeah. Yes.
So 2 cups of uncooked rice weighs approximately 370 grams. The value is consistent across multiple sources. One reference specifying the 2 U.S. cups of uncooked rice is equal to 370 grams at
That's all I need.
and calculators. Yeah.
370 grams. Thank you.
Yeah. Can vary
See,
based on.
I buy 12 pounds of rice at the time, so I don't keep it in the bag. I keep it in containers.
Yeah.
So I don't have that measurement on hand.
But if you want to pull up my screen share, Larry, here is
Give me a second.
Lizard Joker taking a shit.
I did see something on the BirdNet about Lizard Joker,
Taking a poop.
and on YouTube, somebody mocking the fuck out of it.
Oh, it
Have-
is everything about Absolute is worthy of mockery. It has only become more degenerate and retarded.
Yeah, I
over
didn't
time.
see your screen share, but that is okay because I'm gonna.
I mean, that's weird because I'm screen sharing here. I can. I can't switch it. That's the thing.
No, that is fine like wine. Give me a
Okay.
moment, because what I'm gonna do. All right, here we go.
Yep. And then here are her statements.
Larry's like, I'm
I
going to
don't-
end the show.
I don't believe it, but I find it a very interesting set of arguments. Do you want to read that there, Larry?
A couple of days ago, before this announcement regarding a demon Joker, I looked around my action figure collection through the most malevolent-looking Joker items in the trash. I just don't want that bad energy around me anymore. This is not a criticism of Absolute Batman comic or the Joker storyline redesign. It actually makes a lot of sense to me why this character would go in this direction, and I might indeed read it. It doesn't make any sense to me, but that's okay. Nor is this a criticism of anyone who has scary Jokers and other items in their collection, or is it a critique or comparison of the companies who make them, and I still have several Joker items in my collection. I'm just saying, for me personally, I was looking at all these super detailed figurines of super evil characters looking super evil, not to mention other characters like Batman and Robin infected with Jokerness, and I was just like, why are these things in my house? So I didn't just put them in the trash. I immediately took the trash outside, so it was no longer in my house.
Right. Now, I honestly think that that's bombacity. I don't actually think that it was this severe a thing, or if it is, it's a certain amount of chest beating because of how evil the Joker's. Like, no, it's not.
No, that's
just
not
a
what
product.
she's saying. It's not what she's saying.
Right, but I'm just saying, like, if you
It
came to
feels
my
like a
house-
statement against bad energy more than anything.
right, and I'm
Yeah.
saying
Which,
I
you know,
don't.
I'll
I'm
give
saying
you.
I don't actually believe that items innately have bad energy.
Well, no, that's not what she's talking about at all.
I
It's
know
like,
what I'm saying. It's like if you brought me a figurine of an evil-looking Joker and said, "Here you go, Joe," I'd be like, "Oh, cool. I'll go put this on our shelf." Okay.
No.
It's
No,
not
she's talking
evil
about
in
it-
and of itself.
no. You're talking about being like a psychic vampirism, like Box Cut.
Right, and I'm saying I don't think items have that.
I mean,
No, you attribute it to it. You do it. It's
No,
it's a
right,
you personally thing.
Right. I'm saying that's more of a her problem than
Yeah.
than a Joker problem. But
well, no.
But the reason I bring it up is because I think it's relevant to what I was just talking about before, which is, and is relevant to what you guys were just saying. People don't want this shit. We, in fact, probably never wanted this shit. And we're tired of having it shoveled in our general direction.
What if Batman's a middle-class guy who has a giant fucking axe? What?
Yes, nobody wanted that. Nobody has ever wanted that. You and I had a vociferous debate because I said, no, you can totally have a Batman who's poor. I would go with a middle-class Batman who's still Batman. But this ain't it. You don't get fucking brickbat berserker man with middle-class dude. Because they seem to have forgotten that Batman is a person with, like, feelings and experiences and emotions, and not just a Christian Bale voiced race car that hits things.
How long have I been
Because
on
I'm
mute?
Batman. I was muting you because your dish noises were being very loud.
Yeah, it was noise management.
You got to tell me when you do that so I don't talk to myself while I'm not looking at the screen, Dick.
Sorry. What was it you were trying to say while you thought you were having a stroke?
Not a stroke. I was having a wash. Take you guys in the shower with me next week. Fuck you. But no.
No, wait a minute. Church, you're a
Yeah.
giant robot. Does that mean you have to go through the car wash?
No, truck wash.
Yes.
The truck wash?
Yes.
Look,
It's actually a series of bikini-clad women with a hose.
Look, I don't have I don't have money to pay an artist man's, but you guys know people. If you can get a drawing of Church standing with a giant towel wrapped around his robot mid-quarters, standing outside a truck wash.
No one do that.
I
I'll
mean-
pay you more
I mean-
than anybody else will to not do it.
I mean, I 100% have pictures and or video of Church that I could run through AI to have him getting out of a shower with a towel around his waist.
Yes, you do. Everyone has access to those photos of my avatar. They do indeed.
That's not what I'm talking about.
Oh, God. Got my real photos. I'll send you a picture of me in a towel right now. Nobody wants to see that shit.
I mean, you sent
I
us.
mean, well,
didn't you?
I don't
send me
know,
in the
man.
group chat, you hitting.
I don't. Wait.
What was it
Church,
you hit
Church,
on your list?
415.
yeah, but Church, be honest. Mrs. Church kind of likes the way this thing is going.
Oh, yeah.
So somebody wants more of it.
Oh, yeah. No, I picked up 415 on a neutral grip deadlift, the hex bar. That doesn't count. That's not a real straight bar deadlift, but I mean, being able to pick up 415 pounds in any
No,
circumstance is still badass.
No, my point is, did you send that? You sent that in our group chat, so at least Larry and Rune also have access to that same video.
Oh yeah. I don't expect you guys to be circling it around.
I mean, I do know some degenerates.
Right.
No, but I'm gonna put the church bot's face over your face, to
Oh,
respect
yeah.
your privacy, and then have the rest of your body coming out of a shower.
No,
Or-
man,
oh, maybe a sauna.
my tattoos are too identifiable.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Fuck.
Let's check and mate on that one, buddy.
My God, John Delarose is proving yet again that anyone can say anything and make it utterly disgusting.
Do we want to talk about that? Because I'm conflicted on
Which-
him as a
I don't even
person.
know what's going on.
Which thing? I was talking about the fact that about 7 hours ago, John Delarose proclaimed that Charlie Kirk is the new Martin Luther King. One, implying that it's a replaceable position, and two, attributing that that Charlie Kirk represents equality for everyone and was assassinated in violent fashion to shut him up.
So the
While
meme-
also
the
giving
meme-
himself, representation
Well-
points that he doesn't have.
Well, what I wanted to bring up is I've talked to John. I've been on stream with him before. He was cool when I talked. This was also several years ago. He was cool then, but he says such retarded shit on Twitter.
Right.
And it's
a
very
grip.
it's very conflicting because I'm like, all right, yeah, this was, you were cool. I had fun. I had fun on the stream with you, but then
It's-
I see him post shit. I'm like, what the fuck?
It's a grift. He is grifting. It is how he makes his money.
Well, I mean, John has lots of income streams.
I mean, did you see my most recent post on this subject? Because I'm kind of amused. I think I'm getting to him.
I didn't actually go through and look at. I saw
So-
you posted in the group chat.
Right.
I didn't actually click
So-
through the.
So, John proclaimed that he is subscribing to Disney Plus to support this wonderful right-wing company. because Disney Plus is not supporting Jimmy Kimmel. And so Larry said that he's not subscribing to Disney Plus until they get better products. So I responded to Larry, hi Larry, the performative act of giving money to a company that until very recently defined its business model by producing media that hates its own customers because they happen to see the way the wind is turning and adjust accordingly is the highest proof of a grifter one could have. Because
That's not a-
people seem to want to memory hold that until very recently, Disney Plus did She-Hulk, Willow, the Ahsoka, the fucking one with the Sith twins,
fired Gina Carano.
fired Gina Carano. Right. This was they were acting lefty until it was not politically viable, and now they're righty because they told
That's-
Jimmy Kimmel to walk. The
Let-
fuck are you on about?
Listen, the
To-
few companies I support, I'm at least consistent. They're all from
Right.
war era Germany.
To which
So
John responded to me, I really am too high IQ for the absolute level of retarded.
Aaron, are you wearing Hugo Boss
Right.
underwear right
It
now?
is my eternal
Maybe.
struggle. So John is too smart for me. I'm a retard because I don't think giving money to Disney Plus is a good idea. But I do think
That's
saying
not why you're a
gonna
retard, Aaron.
give- I'm a retard because I'm special, and I'm special because I'm better than you. What do you want now? And I think it's very interesting that confuses you. But no, John argued that he is smarter, that he is just too smart for me and Larry because he gives
And-
money to Disney Plus.
and
Think
and
about
that's
that for a minute.
right, and that's my thing. Is I'm like, bro, I've talked to you before. Like, you're
So,
like you're
here's-
a cool dude when you're not doing this shit. Just stop doing this shit and just be yourself. Like, holy
And here's the thing.
fuck.
Here's the thing. Doing this shit sells books for John. It feeds people into his Amazon platform, which sells books. That's all it is.
When he sell more books though, if he didn't do this shit, because
No, that's not how the Amazon algorithm works.
That's not how marketing works either anymore, unfortunately. People don't buy your shit because they agree with you. People buy your shit because they were provoked to buy it.
It's all about lifestyle branding.
Yeah.
Since we are going to go,
Why do you think the quartering's hemorrhaging money
But-
on coffee brand coffee?
but the thing is, like, I don't agree with John, but I would consider buying his book if he didn't act like a fuckhead on Twitter.
Here's the
So,
thing,
like,
here's the
your point is
Let's-
mute on the Amazon algorithm.
here's the thing. So I didn't think we were going to take this ride, but we're going. Let's go deeper down the rabbit hole. So John posted.
Always go deeper.
John
Yeah,
posted
baby.
a picture of Anakin from 2016 saying free speech is for everyone, and then showed Anakin Skywalker from 2020 saying imagine if the roles were reversed, and then had a picture of Darth Vader from 2025 saying arrest every leftist, right? Which is, first of all, a confusing fucking meme because are we saying
It
that the
is.
right is Darth Vader, the bad guy from Star Wars? What the fuck? But then
So-
he said, but then he said, some of us took a while to get there, right? To which
So
someone
you're- What?
named Jan One Fan said, "Oh look, a pretend Christian. Tell us what we're about those supposed values of yours, John." So I responded, being a shitlord, and I said, "No, now, John is the #1 Christian philosopher on Amazon. He wouldn't bear false witness by saying something patently untrue to manipulate media for his own benefit. That would be wrong, because that is an opinion that John De La Rose has." He says
I
he's
mean-
the #1 Christian philosopher on Amazon because his book was #1 in its specific subgenre on release for
I
like a
mean-
week or whatever, right?
And you know why John says that?
Because it's a grift. But carry
No.
on.
It increases his Amazon search ranking.
Right. To which John responded to me, he said, "True, and when my Christian Inquisition squad is in charge of what's allowed in the culture, we will have the kingdom here on earth."
Yep.
Yeah, he was
all of that.
shit posting on you.
Right.
Yeah,
So
all John's shit posting leads people back to his Amazon
right.
selling the books.
So
Yeah,
I
you
had to
probably
put-
sold 2 books for him, right?
So here's the thing. I added my friend DM Blackwall, who is an actual member of the Catholic Church. He's a actual priest of actual position in an organization. And I said, "What's your opinion of this level of militancy, DM Blackwall?"
I didn't know you knew pedophiles. Rune. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I'm a little annoyed at you, Church. Blackwall is a fucking prince, and you can get fucked, sir.
I mean,
I couldn't help myself. I'm sorry. No offense to your friend whatsoever.
Rune's inner monologue right now.
I mean, hold up. You guys haven't heard the lore of the time that Rune met Marion Zimmer Bradley?
No.
I met Marion Zimmer Bradley.
Ah, come on, Rune. I was expecting you to bite on that joke.
I've read Marion Zimmer Bradley. I don't recall meeting them. You're gonna have to fill that out for me.
Wait, you don't know about Marion Zimmer Bradley? Or maybe I'm confusing it with another female fantasy writer who tortured and molested their child with their
No. I
partner?
found out about that, and I was horrified
Mom?
by it. And I told you guys about it after I found out about it because I was really disappointed.
I'm sorry about that, dear friend Rune. I didn't mean it.
And this is Church not drinking. I want to point that out.
Look, Church, just 5 minutes in the closet, okay? You know what you did. Go
I've already spent 38 years in there. That's fine.
Listen, that game is called 7 Minutes in Heaven, not 5 minutes in the closet, if I remember correctly from junior high school.
Not the game you played, Ayrton.
Listen, we had our socks on. It wasn't gay. That's what Father O'Malley told me. As long as your socks are on, it's not gay.
Anyway, you were talking to your friend from the Catholic Church.
So I told, I said to Blackwall, "What do you think of this level of militancy?" He told me that he's had John blocked for a while due to his engagement farming and his view of Scripture. I believe the Bible means what it says. No inquisition or military will create the kingdom of heaven on earth. According to Scripture, that'll happen when Christ returns.
So
I'm pretty sure he says, and I'm no scholar, but I've read a lot of old books. The meek will inherit the earth. I'm pretty sure.
The meek are going to inherit it.
So hold up. Let's go back to the original meme for a moment.
Yeah.
So that meme is a combination of a couple of different meme templates.
Yeah.
It's about how the right is being forced to drift further right because of the left drifting even more further left.
Yes.
Part of the broader culture and Civil War meme that's ongoing in our society. Then it's also riffing off of the Dark Trump, Dark MAGA, Darth Brandon meme by incorporating the changed Anakin Skywalker from an idealistic Jedi to Darth Vader.
Yes, but it was dumb.
We understood it, Larry. It was stupid.
He could have made this point in 1,000 different better ways.
Yes, but this retarded, shitpost was designed to and achieved its goal.
We're talking about it.
Yeah. I mean,
right.
Yeah, we are, but I don't know, it's just annoying because like I said, in person, he's kind of cool and he was fun to talk to, and then he does retarded shit.
A lot of the people we've talked to on this show are really cool to talk to on this show. And then they go and do things on Twitter.
It wasn't even on this show. It was on the Einbrecht show.
No, I'm just saying. That's the thing, though. A lot of people are fine. Do you remember Men in Black?
No. What I'm saying, Church, it was on Einbrecht show.
No, I understand. I get that. That's not the point. The point that I'm making is, do you remember Men in Black?
Yeah.
A person is smart. People are dumb, panicky animals. So, I mean, you can sit down and have a rational conversation with a person. You have no way of knowing how that person's going to react when it, interacts with 10,000 other people.
That's fair. I mean, maybe I'm just too autistic and don't understand.
Well, no, you had the experience that you had because John didn't feel the need to just shitpost on you like you would if he was, talking to probably Rune.
Oh, I actually hold out a little candle in my brain. I I don't get to go to a bunch of conventions and shit, but I know that Larry wants to take me to at least one. I kind of hope I meet someone important that I have shit talked with on like Twitter, right, where they have said really nasty shit to me, but I recognize them and they don't recognize me because I'm nobody.
Dude, if we go
Right.
to a convention, and
It'll
Rob
literally
Liefeld-
be the "I don't think about you at all" meme.
Right.
Dude, if we go to a convention and Rob Liefeld is going to be there, I'm going to buy a pair of shoes that's like 4 sizes too big to wear during it. Anyway,
Get him to autograph them,
yeah.
or get him to do a sketch on them.
Oh, well,
Well-
sorry, Varun. Continue your thing. Then
I'm just saying, like, that would be my thing. Is I would like to have that situation where I encounter someone who doesn't think about me, but has said awful things about me, and then ask them to say that shit to my face. Because because everybody thinks they'll never meet the person they've shit talked. It's like, oh, you don't like cripples, huh? Oh, well, guess what? Here I am, little cripple boy. Please tell me exactly what you think.
So from where I am right now, San Diego's only like 6 hours, and I'm actively shopping for old Volkswagen vans at the moment. Y'all could totally come down here, and we could road trip in a van over to San Diego, and we could fuck around.
I'm allergic to California.
I'm just saying.
Unfortunately, Ayrton, we live in an era where houses of prostitution are considered illegal. Otherwise, I'd be much more interested in this idea.
No, they're not. We can go to Nevada.
Yeah, Nevada.
I was in
Nevada's
the
only
impression
like
that
4
I
hours
was in the
away.
impression that the fun houses in Nevada had been shut down, or were at least less.
No, the ones in Vegas had, not the ones right outside.
Ah,
Yeah, you can go to like Reno or Paradise or. Dude, oh, that would be a great stream. Go to San Diego Comic-Con and try and get Rune laid.
Oh yeah, we'll find a chick with bunny ears on.
Hell yeah.
Look. Getting Rune laid at a comic.
I'll bring an extra $400 or $500 for that.
Well, no. You don't even have to spend money for that.
You always have to spend money for that, Larry. It just depends on how you do it.
Larry, both me and Church are in committed relationships. You spend money for it one way or another.
Well, yes, but you know what I meant.
Sometimes it's just more of a direct transaction.
but you were going somewhere, Larry. Please explain to the class.
Well, yes, because there are very thirsty women at comic conventions. They will do it for free or for a hot pocket.
We can find somebody cosplaying as Aunt May from the comics, some old broad.
Oh, ow! That hurts me, sir.
Hey, older chicks are great.
Although
Yeah.
I do know
Rune's first gum job.
I do know a young woman
totally-
who cosplays, and she straight up says that she cheats on her boyfriend at conventions
I'm-
because she's into hot comic dudes.
Well, and I'm
So-
totally not just saying that because my wife is staring at me from the kitchen and she's 5 years older than me. But older chicks are the best.
Like I said, Rune's first gum job, ladies and gentlemen. This is me sober, guys. You sure you really want me around? I'm no good anywhere I go. This is me cooking dinner.
It is. We hear you in the background cooking there, big dog. So I posted something.
No, but seriously though, if I can get a van and y'all want to fly out here, we can road trip and stream as we go out to San Diego. It'd be fucking great. And then we don't have to get a hotel. We can just sleep in the van. It's perfect.
I'm getting a hotel.
I am.
And at no point will I be asleep without a locked door between me and you, sir.
Also,
Look,
as
hey,
Ronan-
it's not my fault you have a fat ass. All right.
Look, man, I'm really good at squats.
Well, okay, cut down on the squats between now and the next San Diego Comic Con. You'll be fine.
I mean, why? Would
I can, getting up to 400 pounds.
But why would you go to San Diego Comic Con now?
I don't
know. Maybe we want to see what movies are coming out next year.
I mean, it's the big ones close to me and Rune. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's
But,
always Charlotte. I mean, Charlotte Comic Con's the one to go to, but I say that because it's right next to me and I wouldn't have to do anything.
Bruh, that's the literal other side of the country.
Right. I mean, it's the other side of the country for me. But no. God, what would I do at it? The last time I went to a convention, it was a Magic the Gathering convention, and I played side events and bought swag all day. That was a good time.
last
Last
time I went
comic. Go ahead.
last comic convention I went to was in my town, and Jimmy Palmietti was there, and he signed some stuff, and I had a nice chat with him.
I sat in on a couple of panels the last comic thing that I went to. I found out that a magic artist lived in the same town that I did, and found out what game shop that he went to, and then went and met him there to have him autograph some stuff.
Bro, Charlotte is 30 hours away
Yeah,
from where
that's
I
about
am.
how long San Diego is from me.
God damn. No, I just didn't realize how long it was. I just wanted to see. Holy fuck.
Yeah. Well, it's because you'd have there's not very many direct flights that do
Well-
that. They stop
well,
in the middle.
Well, and time zone changes and shit because we
Yeah.
don't have daylight savings because we're not communists.
The episode, I think we've talked about this before, but there was an episode of Erie, Indiana, about the town that didn't do daylight savings time, and the kid sets his watch back anyway because he had moved it to Erie, Indiana, without after giving up the hour, and he never got the hour back. So when daylight savings time came around, he turned his watch back and got stuck in a different dimension.
Bruh,
So-
I'm gonna try that.
So, Ayrton, I posted a movie up. Have you seen Alongside Night? It's a
No?
libertarian movie that was premiered at
How-
PorkFest.
How dare you? I'm not some pussy ass bitch. I'm a full on anarchist at this point.
Well, no. This guy was an ANCAP. So this is an ANCAP movie where one of the features of the movie is the main characters go to the ANCAP mall.
Even I
You
gave up
go-
on being a libertarian because the Libertarian Party's a fucking joke now.
where you could go to the mall and buy a McNuke. Now, this isn't a
Hell
full
yeah.
ANCAP. This isn't a full ANCAP state because
so-
there is a two.
Sorry, real quick. The last Libertarian Party convention I went to back in Michigan, it was a pub crawl the night before, and then while everyone was hungover, they had their party convention. It was fucking great.
That's how they do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
So in
I mean that's how the Marines were formed.
And
In this
I
movie-
outdrink everybody.
In this movie, you get to see the ANCAP mall where you can buy a McNuke, but the McNuke does require a 2-week waiting period. You get to see the authors.
That's not philosophically proper. Then I'm
Well,
already
wait. You also get to see the author's barely concealed fetish where he says the Bible actually says it's good to have whores, so you should actively go out and have sex with whores. And how you should treat whores like they're multiple wives.
I mean, that's that's just like postmodern degeneracy. That's not like ANCAP.
Well, no.
okay,
This is the literal author of the book's literal fetish that he put inside his.
I know.
movie.
I'm just saying. It's theologically and
I mean,
philosophically inaccurate.
this is also the problem with modern political theory. In a serious way,
Well,
how much
political theory shouldn't be intertwined with morality. That's the first problem that most people have.
Let me say how much political theory today is literally just I want to be a degenerate like the other degenerates, but only if they're a degenerate because in my way because I said so.
Not
you
as
can
much
be a-
as there was 2 weeks ago.
So you can act like a left-leaning shit stain, but only if you're
I mean-
a righty. Says.
Oh, did you
someone.
guys see that the LGB has formed a new organization without the TQ?
Well, hold up. I wasn't finished selling Ayrton on this movie.
You haven't sold me on it. I'm already out.
hold up. You're going to be in because this movie also features Kevin Sorbo as a leading actor in the movie, but his scene is entirely shot in his hotel room, and he spends most of the
this
time
movie.
sitting.
Okay.
He spends most of the time sitting down. The
Okay.
actor.
All right. I'm back in.
Yeah, no. This is the movie this is
I'm
the
now
movie
in.
No. This is the movie we should get together and watch as a group because I have had trouble finding the energy or time to watch it alone, but it does sound like it's a fun bad time.
This movie also stars the actor who played Tuvok on Star Trek Voyager,
Tim Russ.
and in
I
some
totally
Harry
thought
Camp.
you said Tupac for a second.
So he did. It's the same guy. It's actually where Tupac went after he
Which
left.
which y'all know? Do y'all know
wait a
where
minute, are you
Tupac?
saying that Tupac got shot and then went back to the Delta Quadrant where he came from?
Yes,
So do you guys know where Tupac got his name, right?
Tupacs.
Yeah.
No.
He was the only nigga on the street that could afford 2 packs of cigarettes.
But also in this movie,
I knew that's where this was going.
also this movie, Jake Busey is in it. Gary Busey's son.
Is he as batshit insane as his dad?
No.
No.
All right, I'm back out.
Also,
Is his scene shot entirely in his hotel room?
actually, yes, I think so. It's been a while since I watched it.
Okay.
We're back in.
How many ceiling birds are there in this movie?
I can't say.
Hey, we can add them. We can do. Ooh, that's what we should do. We should do like a Mystery Science Theater 3000 type setup where we.
Now, the other thing I really like about this movie that stands out to me is also in the ANCAP mall as they go to the drugstore, the pharmacy for ANCAPs, where you can buy anything, including heroin. And the main character asks the pharmacist, well, you don't sell it to kids? No, obviously not. Well, what's to stop me from selling it to kids? And the pharmacist says, please don't.
I mean, that's okay. All right, I know that's supposed to be some like big gotcha on ANCAPs and shit.
No.
It's the same position Charlie Kirk had on the Second Amendment. Is you're going to break some eggs to protect that right. Unfortunately,
right?
No. Here's the thing, though: the author is an ANCAP, and he was responsible for this.
No,
Yeah, but
we understand that, but he's a tard.
But that's one of the biggest gotchas, quote unquote. You can make the same argument for tobacco and alcohol, and all of us knew some guy named Snake or some shit, some homeless dude outside of a 7-Eleven.
Yogi. I had a Yogi.
Yogi, you could give him $30. He'd go in and buy you a 30 case of natties when you were 15, and would keep the change. Like, okay,
and then you'd eventually graduate to stealing your own Mad Dogs.
Right, like it happens. It's gonna happen whether it's crack or it's natty light, which I would argue that crack is actually healthier for you than natty.
Well, here's the thing. Under the current system, there's nothing stopping anyone from selling to children. At least there's the first point of sale not getting to children.
Yeah.
And there's no market to resell it unless you're selling to children, at which point the community will take you out.
Right.
But
so that's the argument. I mean, that's the logical end goal to that anarcho-capitalism stance is that the people will police themselves.
Now, the other interesting thing about this movie is before he got super internet famous, Michael Malice was involved in an active trolling campaign of this movie.
Really?
Yes. And a little guy that Rune might have heard of called Black Lodge Games.
Because, I mean, Malice is entertaining, but he's very milquetoast as far as anarchists go.
Hold up. Now I got to get that video clip.
Oh God.
What? I just said he's entertaining. Like, what I use him for is a
Hold up.
stepping stone. Do your thing.
Oh God damn it! They shut off all the videos.
Haha. I use him as a stepping stone for boomers to understand anarchism, because when boomers hear anarchism, they think like Mad Max and retarded shit like that. So I'll send him like his interview with like Glenn Beck, where he's a bit more tamed down and describes it. So he's useful.
Or his being the retard whisperer for Alex Jones.
Yeah. Oh, I love that when he looks at Alex when they're in that RV on Temple and just goes, "You're the worst." Shut the fuck up,
gentlemen. I have just spent 3 million hours and 10 years in Paint, and I have made something glorious.
All right, show us. And while you show us, so yeah, so if I'm gonna tie this into a bow. If Charlie Kirk was like the milquetoast, like kind of center right conservative point of view, that's what Malice is for the anarchists.
So
can you share this with the people? They need to see this.
So why is your screen share not coming up?
I have no fucking clue. I'm using present. It's presented.
Oh yeah, baby, present for me.
I can send you the file directly, and you can put it up.
I mean,
nope, that's church.
Yeah.
That's still church. Eventually, folks, anyone listening, eventually I will get my internet sorted so I can run these again.
All right. I'm going to send this to you directly, Larry, and you can share this with the people.
All right, one second.
And hurry up, because I'm about to go take a piss real quick. Well, I was going to set Rune off on some rant or something that I didn't have to listen to.
All right. This is an interesting choice. I like your visual choice. Hold up. Hold up.
All right, bro, quit blue balling us. Show us the goods.
Hold up. All right. Let's see. This should pull up the right screen. It will. Excellent. Here we go.
Fantastic.
That's good. That's good. I'm good.
Fantastic. You get applause for that.
Very good, Rune.
I was putting it together, and I was like, "Wait a minute, he's gonna have 3 hands. This is amazing."
I don't know how you did that, but that's very good. That's very good, sir. I approve.
The classes you're taking are really fucking paying off.
But I want to circle back to the the Charlie Sheen documentary I watched the other day. Because one of the interesting figures that they brought on there, and I want to talk to Church about this, was Charlie Sheen's drug dealer. Talked on the documentary, and that Charlie Sheen would just give him 15,000 here, 25,000 here, 50,000 here to just go on cocaine benders with him. And he also paid for the cocaine. Now, Church, in that misspent part of your life, would you have done that with a client?
No, never in a million fucking years. I wouldn't have dealt with a person like that.
A person who would go on week to 2 week long cocaine benders?
I mean, I would do business with them as long as they didn't tell me about shit like that.
And also,
because he's gonna have to call somebody, and he has my phone number.
And no, it's fine because he has his own bodyguards to call the medical for you.
That means
And-
absolutely nothing. He's going to call me for more cocaine at 3:00 in the morning.
Oh no! You're there at 3 o'clock in the morning with him
Don't
having cocaine.
don't dox my nightly habits. All right.
No, but you see, here's the thing. You know when they were talking about how Charlie Sheen was doing, tennis ball size crack rocks.
7-gram
Yeah,
rocks and finishing them.
So I'm
Yeah,
doing
this
7-gram rocks. I got Tiger Blood. Winning.
No, this guy was literally there with him. To no, he would do like.
I'm
2 or
saying
3
I
of those a
wouldn't
night.
do that, and because I wouldn't do that, I would know that this person was going to call me at 3:00 in the morning when they ran out, so I
But-
wouldn't deal with them.
So,
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. In addition to buying the drugs from you, he would also pay you $50,000 to hang out with him while he was doing the
Nope.
drugs.
Nope.
dude, I would hang out with Charlie Sheen just to hang out with Charlie Sheen. I mean, I'd wear an N95 and I'd put a condom up my ass just in case because he's got the AIDS, But
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, no, Charlie Sheen has AIDS. Didn't you know that?
He might fuck you.
Yeah, no, did you know that, Root?
You got to be aware. You got to be aware that Charlie Sheen is around. He has tiger blood. He might fuck you.
Wait.
Noises he'll make.
Hold up.
Why fuck am I looking at?
Hold up.
So,
What have you done?
All right. So I want to paint a picture for you guys, right? So Arizona, we're in at the moment what's called monsoon season, right? Where we'll have like 5 hours of torrential downpours, and because the ground is so dry and the politicians are retarded, like everything just floods. Okay, so we got a torrential downpour about 2-3 days ago, something like that. I'm at work, it's pouring down like crazy. I don't have a car, and this is relevant. So I
rode in super cool on my motorcycle.
No. So I go over to see my wife at work because we work like right next door to each other. I'm like,
Mhm.
all right, the rain's slowing down. I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna risk it. I turn onto one road because I'm hitting a lot of puddles. It's like, well, I say puddles. They're like ponds at this point. So I turn off onto a road to come towards our house, right? The entire road is flooded up to the engine heads on my bike. And the entire time I'm going through basically crossing a river, right? I'm completely soaked. Cars are just driving past, dumping water just onto my lap. And the entire time I have Charlie Sheen and Joe Rogan talking in my ear. Talk about a surreal fucking experience riding through 2 feet of water on a bike while Joe Rogan and Charlie Sheen are just casually talking in the background. It was wonderful. It was great. It was the best. It was one of the best times of my life. I would do it again.
So I got some things for us. I have an actual conversation thing. And as you heard, I was having a stroke. I was containing my outrage.
If we go to San Diego, I'll give you a stroke.
Maybe not you, maybe your girlfriend.
Oh,
You are, however, welcome to. You are,
I don't know
however,
if she'll
welcome
want
to.
to.
You are, however, welcome to sit in the cuck chair and watch.
I don't know if she'll want to sleep in an old Volkswagen van with 4 sweaty nerds. And
I mean,
I
it
mean,
could be her lifelong ambition. I don't know.
I mean, that's why Church and I wanted to go to a hotel room and get a hotel room because we're adults with money.
But still, I'm gonna send some links here in the private, Larry, for you to pull up for the people as we go. I can't space it better than this, so sorry.
All right. Mhm.
So as you guys were talking, I happened to look at the BirdNet because I'm closing Windows and I had the BirdNet open. And there's a concept called cozy gaming. What is cozy gaming? That is tabletop RPGs that are soft and warm and give you warm feelings,
no,
right? Kids
no,
on
that's not what.
bicycles.
No, that's not what
Hold-
it is.
Hold on.
Uh,
Can we do one? Be
No.
hilarious.
Yes. No. Yes,
Well,
we
no, I
have the
mean-
capacity. No, I don't want
I'm-
to.
No, I'm gonna roll to snuggle up with church.
The thing is,
Bury
that
my face
I
in the
saw
big
this
glorious
title.
beard.
I saw this title of this comment.
I'm gonna let it
and I'm like,
happen.
What the fuck is this? So there is a guy from Sweet Baby Inc. named Tristan J.
Oh.
Tarweather.
those guys are
Tarwater,
still around.
A they them
Really?
with this retarded fucking opinion, and I want us to go through this selection
Did you just,
together
hold
as a
on.
group.
Hold on. Did you just hear Rune yell through my
Yes.
headphones?
Yes.
Okay.
I heard that. And first of
My-
all, Rune, we may have to expand this. We may have to expand this because cozy gaming is a much more complicated thing
I mean,
than
sure,
what you're making
but
out to be.
if you need to describe cozy gaming, please do. I just want to be clear. I have some cozy games. I generally don't play cozy games because I believe role playing games involve challenge and danger that you can't experience in real
Right.
life.
No, but that's
I mean,
that's all the cozy game.
it is a danger to try and snuggle up to church, give him a little
So
spoon
we're-
in the middle
So
of the night.
we're gonna start
let,
with
let,
this.
let my little porky pig dangle out. Maybe something will happen.
So let me read this. Decolonizing cozy games. What's so cozy about doing chores when you're at the center of the universe? Tristan J. Tarwater will delve into the cozy games and how they uphold the values of colonialism in their mechanics and narratives. More like the idea of just being about vibes. Cozy games project an idea of what is safe and rewarding for players that often promote values of capitalism by rewarding individualism and consumption. What makes them satisfying for many also makes things uncomfortable for marginalized people. By exploiting and questioning the definitions and values of cozy games and colonialism, we can make cozy games even cozier. So the best part is this guy doesn't know what cozy games are either, which is good. All right, decolonization and decolony. You know what? I need a colonoscopy after reading this.
Yeah, really.
Apparently, babe, I'm gonna need a colonoscopy after Larry reads this. So if you want to go get the gloves.
Decolonization often frames undoing of colonial influences and structures. It's a bunch of commie gobbledygook, which I'd play, but fucking StreamYards has taken that away from me. It's also a creative process of imagining what cultures would look like if not disrupted by the exploitation of colonialism. This is a thing by a retarded person who's never studied the history of colonialism. Colonoscopy.
Are you having a stroke?
Yes. The process of practice of rejecting Eurocentric ways of knowing and
By the way, I am not listening to what you're saying. I'm opening a pair of exhaust pipes for my bike at the moment.
I believe the term for what Larry is reading is called a cognito hazard.
It is.
What about Magneto?
Coined by Anibal Quijano, this concept acknowledges how different concepts of the cosmos influence knowledge acquisition, information storage, and the transfer of the ideas and the self.
What the fuck? Are you Edgar Casey? Is there an asterisk record? What the fuck does the cosmos have to do with information retention?
Okay. So you've heard of colored people time, right?
Yes.
So what they argue is colored people time is a pre-white means of knowing about time.
One of my friends down here is Mexican. He's 100% on colored people time.
Mm-hmm. How can we decolonize cozy games? We can start asking this process decolonization and practicing decolonity, colonoscopy, by questioning ourselves and those we trust around us. For example, what does safety mean for the audience we're trying to reach? It means the audience isn't playing our game while drinking alcohol and driving a car. What mechanics, rewards, cultural touchstones, and character archetypes will we implement that will resonate with them? ones that don't have them playing Russian roulette while they're playing the game? What is the relationship of the player character to the non-player character community? How can we handle this mechanically and narratively? So you
NPCs don't
can't.
have a community. They're background characters. What the fuck are you on about?
How many generations of people are present at any time? How is time measured? And how does this play out mechanically and narratively?
Why the fuck does that matter?
Because time is whiteness, Rune.
All right, I just want to say, so I ordered some Repop, like BMW R50 R69 US fishtail pipes for my custom build.
I know what some of those words mean.
Yeah.
These are fucking gorgeous.
Well,
Holy shit.
hold up. I have to get through this crap that Rune has presented to us. Colonialism and cozy games. Where
Yes, I would
so
like
many
blue.
white
Thank you,
people.
Bippy.
The outside individual who saves the day. The land is there for the taking. Corn and wheat make numbers go up.
By someone
Nuclear-
who does not play these games, because that clearly has never been a component of those games.
Well, no,
That's
there are
like-
a lot of farm. There are a lot of farm games that are cozy.
Right, but that's because they're farm sims, not because they're cozy.
No. Farm sims are cozy sims.
Not all of them. Some of them are literally just farm simulators, man.
Yes. No. That's cozy. Well, we'll get to that. We'll get to
I'm
that.
saying
I
Farm
promise
Simulator is not Stardew Valley.
Right, but Farm Simulator is also a cozy game. Well, we'll get to that.
Oh, the fishing simulator.
Also a cozy game. The nuclear family, 2-generation family, monochronic structures, 4 seasons, the Gregorian calendar, conveniently ancient civilizations. Spirituality is silly and straight up racism. And this person just happened to offer 2 other games, like the Fields of Mystria, Salt Sea Chronicles and Mutazone, Tales of the Shire, and Wanderstop. All right.
Nothing I fucking played, by the way,
Yeah.
ever.
So let's start with the basic. What is cozy? Cozy is about giving you a blissful, idyllic feeling of your childhood, of simplicity, of not having to think, of consuming product and getting excited for next product. So a cozy game creates that thought vibe aesthetic in your mind. It primes you to just push a button repeatedly. That's what a cozy game is, Rune. And
you
the
say
different
so?
no, it is. The different types of cozy games are all different flavors of nostalgia to get you lined up to just push buttons and watch colors and hear cool noises. Now, this is different than a gacha game that has some of those same mechanics, but they keep asking you for money.
Sorry, I'm like half listening. If you guys go check out our Twitter chat, come on, look at those exhaust pipes. Look how sexy those are gonna look on the bike when I'm done.
Look, I'm just excited that Space King 3 is coming out.
Oh, we could talk about Borderlands 4 being a disaster.
I mean, when was the last time
No,
Borderlands was
but
good?
Borderlands 2.
come on, go look at the bike where I'm at with it. Go look at the pipes I just got. Come on, that's
Pipe up
gonna
his
look-
ass is what he's talking
that's-
about.
That's gonna look sexy as fuck.
It is. But do we want to talk about colonization and safety in games next week, Rune? Is that what you want to
No,
get into? Don't you want
No,
to say
and if they do this, you could work on your bike more.
that's true, dude. So, I have from the Thursday until the 1st off. So,
okay? I do
Oh,
like
well.
the seat on your bike, Ayrton.
come on.
I like your exhaust. That's nice. But back to the thing we were talking about. So decolonization is you can't have anything that implies whiteness is good, correct, proper, or valid.
So
And white
Okay.
and whiteness is
I'm-
defined as
I'm sorry. So have no one else here has been to South America, right?
uh-huh.
Okay. South America has the exact same history as us, except it was the Spanish and not the English and French.
Well,
Uh,
that's a little bit. It's a little bit nuanced. They actually have their own
The-
different flavors of racism.
Yeah, yeah, but I mean, like the colonial history is essentially the same thing.
Oh no, the Spanish were way more oppressive. People didn't have property rights. People were
I-
de facto property for longer.
Nigga, I said it's essentially the
Look,
same
the-
thing.
Also, the Central and South American revolutionaries resisting the Spanish colonialism were way more violent.
Also,
And they were also the
Spanish
white
is a
people.
fucking retarded ass language.
Yes, it is. But let me get back to
But-
the point before we wrap up the show. This will be quick. This will be quick.
All right.
So decolonizing something means nothing can be viewed as valid if it's white. White also includes things like a work ethic, believing in time, viewing time as important, believing heterosexuality is important,
Well, yeah,
believing
because
capitalism is important.
Africans
children
don't
are
understand time. According
Well,
to
I mean, that
Reddit
is-
or
Yeah, but
4chan
it's-
post.
Yeah, but that's a stupid post. But that's the thing. That's what decolonization is, Rim. And safety in that context means that you have to actively oppose anything that promotes white people as being valid, heterosexuality being valid, Christianity being valid, Judaism being valid, especially Judaism, capitalism
Wow.
being valid. Because being anti-Judaism is core to Marx's original teaching. So you have to be very anti-Jewish to be
Well,
anti-colonial.
I mean, we are on the waiting list for a German Shepherd puppy, and if it's a girl, we're gonna name her Ava. So,
Very good, very good. But anyway, Room.
Right.
That's what this is all about. Cozy games are all about things that make you have a warm fuzzy and have very simple game mechanics. And what she's saying is a warm fuzzy is bad because warm fuzzy means that you're not embracing the pain that is the life of colored people.
All right, I'm going to say something, and we can end the show on this. It'll be a wonderful topper to this. So, reality is people in Central America take a siesta because it's fucking hot.
Mhm.
Racism is someone looking at people in Central America taking a siesta and saying they're fucking lazy, they should be working.
Mhm.
Being woke is saying they come from a beautiful culture and they take naps in the middle of the day, so you should incentivize me being lazy. Being
I
based
mean-
is going, it's fucking hot!
You know what? You know what?
Well,
Say goodbye,
well,
everybody.
No,
That's
no,
a
no,
perfect
no,
ending
no.
point.
That well, I want to touch on real quick. So I have a few Mexican friends, because I live very close. The Cholo Mexicans, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They also hate them
Yes.
and think
Right.
they suck.
Okay. Church, write this down. We're gonna do a
And-
very special racism time next week.
And
Okay.
Look.
and
Wait a minute.
Rune's not incorrect. And you take a nap in the middle of the day because it's fucking hot.
You know, I'm gonna add one more.
Or because you're old and you want a nap.
I'm gonna add one more
Bruh,
spin in this direction.
It was 100 degrees at 10 o'clock in the morning today. It's
Yeah, I wouldn't have left the house.
Look,
Yeah.
I'm gonna put another spin on this for next week. I don't know if he's back. He was sick. He was gone for a while. He might be back. He might not. But I have seen him about. There have been sightings. We need to get John Dillard on the show again, not just to say hi, John, we've missed you, but because we should get the opinion of an actual Latino person about, hey, John, is it hot?
Well, no, because that's irrelevant to what dumb white people say. So anyway, say goodnight, everybody. Ayrton.
Good night, everybody.
It's hot.
Good night, everybody, Ayrton.